G'day everybody, it's Dave from Wing Chun Mind Force. Thanks so much for the great comments on the last video about secrets hidden in plain sight. As I said on that video, I'm so stoked that I got a really positive response from you guys about the subject and some good stories back about your own experiences. The thing I wanted to talk about today in this final episode is how to sort of sneak up on this, getting the mind, the chi, the subconscious mind to move you without you consciously doing it. It is quite a difficult concept, and upon thinking about it I realised that, over many years I've done things that have probably, been good foundations to be able to sort of comprehend this and make it happen. And the first thing I thought about was the idea of moving and doing your form with your imagination. Now, some people think imagination's just fantasy, but the word imagination literally means the ability to make an image. And for me, as a drawer and painter for many years, that means thinking in 3D, thinking in real solid 3D shapes. And so I've always brought that approach to my Wing Chun thinking. I don't just think flat. When I imagine things, I actually feel them in 3D in a sort of a virtual place in my mind. So I think a lot of what we do in Siu Nim Tau, and consequently applying it to the other forms, is making a mind map of our body, a virtual feeling map that our subconscious mind makes and stores, and then we learn to consciously access that map with yi, which is intent, and I'll be talking more about that in the next video. And that's the first prerequisite for all of this, is to get yourself into a state of sung. That's what feng sung means. It means just let go and connect with the state of sung, which is a state of relaxed, natural softness, as if you're just an animal standing there without any mind full of COVID-19 or what's happening on the news, or what are you having for breakfast, or I'm getting old, or anything like that. All the stuff that we go through in our mind, you want to let that go. And this is the meditative side of this art, that you don't think, you feel. You sort of really feel your body, just stand and feel your body. And then I think this is probably the crucial step towards getting this feeling of actually feeling this energy affecting you, as I said, floating, the feel of a ball in your hand and feeling it float and push you. Now, I know not everyone's going to want to use the ball. I've shown some people and they've rejected it and said, oh no, that's not for me, I don't really get it. That's fine. That's just a method I use. There could be any sort of method. One of the guys wrote that he imagines a glass in his hand, and I like that idea because it's sort of the idea of something light and fragile, and so it has within it the idea of softness. So from that place, just stand super relaxed, and then feel in your imagination your arm coming forward. It doesn't really have to go a long way. It's more just that feeling of effortless moving, and just do it. Like, imagine it. And there's a thing called creative visualization. It's well known in fields of sports psychology, where they found that if people just imagine shooting hoops, sprinting 100 meters, throwing a javelin, doing whatever, they do it in their mind. And psychologists have found, experimenters have found that it seems to be pretty much the same as real training. And I mentioned this ages ago in a video that Tin told one of my teachers that he'd go to these chick flicks with his wife and just tune out and do the forms in his mind, which I think is a great thing. I love that story because, you know, he loved his wife, he wanted to go along and be with her, but wasn't interested in the movie, so he practiced Wing Chun, which all us fanatics do. We find ways to practice Wing Chun. So that's my advice, really. Just, you got to find your way into this idea of this energy moving, something inside moving, something moving the cotton wool inside the padded doll. The last thing I would say about it is don't write off any little feelings you have. You might think, oh, that's just my imagination, I'm just imagining that. But that's okay. If you feel something, feel a little movement of energy, a shunting, like your joints are opening up or some kind of thing, just believe that that's real. Don't write, oh no, that's just me making that up, just wishful thinking. Especially if you're new at this art. Like, there's a real mindset too that, oh, it's going to take 30 years to do this sort of stuff. I don't like that. You know, our founding story, whether it be real or a legend, is that Master Nung Mei, the great creator of the art, taught the young girl Yin Wing Chun in a year. So it indicates that it's not something you have to spend 30 years learning. 30 years perfecting, becoming a great master of, sure. But these sort of things I'm talking about, like, if we continue to think, oh, that can only happen if you're a great master like Tin after 60 years or something, we're just putting up blocks. And I don't believe in getting big-headed or getting ahead of yourself too much, but I also think that humans hold themselves back a lot by just negatives. And I'll leave you with it's a story from a great novel called Musashi by Eiji Yoshikawa, Japanese writer. It's about Miyamoto Musashi, and either Musashi or the old priest Takuan Soho is talking to him, says basically, when people say, oh, you're very gifted, you know, you're naturally gifted at this art of swordsmanship or painting, it's sort of a cop-out saying, well, I don't have to be as devoted as you because you're just gifted, you know, I'm not naturally gifted. And that's really a cop-out. If you want to be really good at something, focus on it. Want it passionately. Work through the times when it's like cold porridge. Work through the times when it's just exciting and fills you with fun and excitement. But just be devoted and don't limit yourself by, oh, I'll never get there. You know, just believe in yourself. All right, so I'll leave it at that. Thanks very much, and I look forward to the next time.